Hi, guys. Hello there. Morgan Strong Comnick here. It's been a little while, so I'm happy to talk to you guys. It's going to be crazy the next couple weeks because let's see, I have my new books coming out on the 30th, which is this upcoming week. Very excited about that. Audiobook plans on both ends for Spirit Vision 2, New Beginnings, and The Hunter and Bringer 1 are going well. So, yay. And I have conventions. So I had a convention last weekend where I got to sell my books. And then I have a convention this upcoming weekend, which is, I might get to promote my books a little bit. One of my friends' tables. I don't get to sell them this year like I normally do, but I'm still volunteering and helping out. And I'm praying that I might get to, work with another Power Ranger or, maybe get some book exposure and ideas. And then the next weekend after that, I have another convention for 3 days with some of my girlfriends, but it's just strictly a fun one. And then a couple weeks after that, I have a local book signing, and I might have a craft fair in the winter coming up. Maybe I can get another book signing or two pretty soon. Probably not before this year, but con season will be over for me in 2 weeks officially. So I am honestly kind of looking forward to that because I love cons, but it's exhausting, especially with school. And Anime Club just started 2 weeks ago, and we have a new coordinator, and there's new rules, and I have a new classroom after 6 years of being in the same room. So that's been kind of interesting on top of all of the audiobook and getting the final project done with my narrators, my publicist, and just trying to keep up with my social medias. I've been a little cray-cray in the mind, honestly, but I love going to conventions and seeing my friends and supporting other creatives like myself. So that's what I want to talk about. So I want to talk about SEMOCon. Yay! So SEMOCon, SEMO is Southeastern Missouri University. We are not in Cape, which is where SEMO, the university, is, but the area, they're not too far apart from each other. So that's called SEMOCon. It's in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Nice little quaint town. Probably close to the size of my town. But they seem to have a lot of the same stuff, which is good because my town is a decent size. But they also have some things that I don't have. And I love that a lot of their main stuff is on like this one giant 5-mile stretch, which is fantastic. My town doesn't have quite that. We have a boulevard that has maybe 2 miles of stuff, but yeah, it's a little nuts. But I really like how it's set out. I love the community and I love the people there. So I always love going. I've been there since the beginning. I was one of the first people that Mr. Bill, who runs it, he runs a comic shop as well. He met me at an author fair I got invited to down there. I didn't do very well down there because apparently people there like more nonfiction stuff, or the community that was going to the author fair like more nonfiction stuff or more mature content stuff. And I was young adult only then, which is fine. I got to meet some nice people, but I met Mr. Bill there and he asked, hey, I have to start my first convention. I got asked. I have no idea what I'm doing. I see this Pokemon thing. I hear that's popular with the kids. Would you like to come do this convention? And I said, oh, yeah, sure. And I did really well. And I made a lot of amazing friends. It's been going on 6 years, including 1 year we did a virtual. And I did my first, that was 2 years ago now. That was my first live stream on Facebook Live. And I was so nervous. Now I still get a little nervous, but it's not nearly as big a deal. But it helped branch me out into YouTube. So I owe SEMOCon for that. That was during the year of COVID, of course. But yeah, so I've been here all 6 years. And I'm always glad to go back home and be with my roots and see people and just have a good time. So SEMOCon this year was a tad different. So 2 years ago, we had virtual only because of COVID, and that happened. Either cons got canceled, pushed back for a long time, or they would have virtual. So they did a virtual one. And then last year, we went down from 3 days like normally to one, again, just because we were still coming back from all the COVID crazy. Now, this was a regular 3 day convention like the previous first 3 years. Mr. Bill is a wonderful guy. He co-runs the convention starting the second year, I believe, with Mr. Pence, who is a cosplay photographer and a librarian. They're both fantastic guys. Mr. Bill's old school, so he's good at like getting the personal connections and stuff like that, but he's not good with technology, and he admits it. So that's why he kind of got Chris on to get the advertisement aspect, because the first year would have been, was fantastic. We just didn't get a lot of hype and advertisement until people find out after it's over, like, oh, I would have gone to that. So Chris helps with that, and he's got a social media person. I think that helps him. Mr. Pence does. So that's always fantastic. And I know this year they've really stepped it up online. They have this cute little turtle mascot they've had now for a couple of years. They've been doing fun little trivia. They contact local businesses to do giveaways. They always have a local charity that we support. This year, I think it was like Heartland Animals. I think we raised almost at least $1,300. It probably was more than that. But they had a representative who would be holding like a snake or a hawk the whole time, which was really cool. I said hi to the snake from a distance. The guy really wanted me to hold him, and I'm just like, you're beautiful. I'm going to respect you over here. Guys, I don't like snakes. But I like what they're doing with that and everything. We do have a kind of regular celebrity who comes by, Mr. Matt Adecheschi. I always say his name wrong, but he's a fantastic Southern gentleman. I adore him. I love him. He's so sweet and charming. But Mr. Bill, unfortunately, a couple weeks before the con, he had to, although he was giving more responsibilities to Mr. Pence, he had to drop out. His wife has been sick for a couple years, and she needs him right now. And we all understood that. We all support that. And he's giving full reins now to Mr. Pence. He still wants to come visit and help out in his own way, which is fantastic. It was a big deal when we got to see him, since he did kind of start the convention 6 years ago. Like we were all cheering for him and everything. So we were glad to come visit. He gave me a hug, of course. He always tells me I'm one of his favorites and the sweetest girl in the room. That's what he calls me. And he put it on my table the first couple of years. And I couldn't find my table forever the first year. I was just like, Mr. Bill. But we dearly miss him. But back to Matt, our celebrity that comes every year. I think there was just, after Mr. Bill had to switch leadership over to Mr. Pence, there was just some miscommunication, and it didn't turn out as good as it should have. Things were said and people were taking sides, and I just felt sad for everybody, because I love all of these people very much, and I don't want anybody to get hurt or anybody to have a bad reputation. So I know there was a little bit of stress a week or two before all the situations. So if you heard any negativity about SEMOCon, I think there was just, again, some miscommunication because of the random switchover with the leadership. Matt's contract kind of got messed up. So I did miss having Matt there. I did hear he did get to do another convention. Again, people love him. I hope I will get to see him again really soon, another convention. I'm always proud of what he does. So Matt, hope you're doing well. But thank you, Mr. Bill, and thank you, Chris, for all you've done for this convention and every convention. I know Chris, bless his heart, I saw him running around a zillion times. I felt bad he didn't get to do his photography, because I had 2 cosplays I needed professional photography photo shoots with for him, my Shira and my Anastasia high socks. And I didn't get him because obviously he was busy running a convention. He had the backdrop for a selfie thing, but I was like, I don't have time for that, and I'm not good at that. So that's okay. So. My friend Jessica for Heroes for Kids says she's got a beautiful place in her hometown that I come visit when I can, that Anastasia can do. I'll have to find one for Shira, but I definitely want to do some for Shira and Aladdin. And Kimberly from Power Rangers, for sure. That one, I definitely have to have a good one for that one. SEMO was good. So I got to be at the same area that I like, in one of the corner halls. My friend Bob was doing caricatures in the corner, and then I had my Heroes for Kids family across the way, and my friend Chelsea, she's like our local cosplay goddess. She does all the Harleys. She switched 6 different times, and then she had 2 cosplays a day, and then she had 3 on mannequins, and then we were trying to figure out how many cosplays she had total, and she's just like, oh my gosh. And then she showed me more that she needs to do, and I'm like, Harley's got to quit making new outfits, and she's like, oh, I know. It was Harley's 30th birthday that weekend, so good timing. So Puddin got to she had like little cupcakes and little party favors for kids, and it was really awesome. So it was great to see. I always love Chelsea. She's always encouraging me with my cosplays because I don't feel confident in them a lot. Like, she's just phenomenal in every way. And she's like, I don't want you to talk like that. I'm going to come over and get you. I always appreciate her support. And of course, I love my Heroes for Kids family. Jessica made me a beautiful purple, which is my spiritual color. I say that a lot. It's my aura color, my favorite color, lupus awareness color. She makes these paracords bracelets, and she made it really tiny, but luckily, since my wrists are small, it fit me perfectly. And she was like, oh, thank God. Oh, Jessica, I forgot to sign Sailor V prints for you. I'll have to do that when I see you next weekend at KCON. I'll for sure do that. So it was great to see Lonnie and Jessica and Dennis and all of the peeps over at Heroes for Kids across the way. Then there was my table. My beautiful sister from another Mr. Julie was with me the whole weekend, and we had a lot of fun. And then next to us, on the right side, was my friend Tabby, who was the cosplay guest of honor because she won the contest last year. And then she also got to sell little terrariums and like little flapper caps and earrings for her business, Bone Cave. So she has these special beetles that clean. She finds animal carcasses, and the beetles clean them. It's all natural. They clean them, pick every little piece off, and then, she further cleans them. She also cleans the bird feathers, and then she makes art out of them. She has an Etsy store, Bone Cave, or you can find her on Facebook, Bone Cave as well. And she does fantastic work. Not my cup of tea, but I think it's wonderful what she does, and I'm very impressed. So she definitely got a lot of interest, and she also brought a lot of her cosplay props, and she was the cosplay guest, and a lot of people were interested, especially in the spring trap. So many people wanted to buy her spring trap helmet. And I said, girl, you got to start doing commissions for these. And she's like, I might have to. So my nephew Theo, who's almost 2 months, he was there. Yay! And I played with him a lot, and he's at the stage where he's smiling and he likes tickles and whoops and just being adorable. And he tricked me one time on Sunday when we were cleaning up. So Tabby had to go give the keys to the vehicle to Nathan so they could pack up. She asked, hey, Auntie Morgan, can you watch Theo? And I said, sure. So I turned him over in the chair so he's right by me in his car seat so I could see him. And, I go over every like 2 or 3 minutes and play with him for a second, then go back to clean up and still watch him. And all of a sudden I hear, and I freaked out. So I ran over and I was like, oh my gosh, what's wrong, buddy? And then he just grinned at me. And I was like, he faked me out. All right. He knows if he cries, he gets attention. So smart. So that was fun being with my nephew and taking lots of pictures and making my husband jealous. He's like, I should have gone just to play with Theo. I'm like, yes, you should have. We're trying to make him feel guilty for not coming. So that was really fun. I did sell a good number of books. I lost count, at least 20. And I'd had a promotional deal. We were able to get the ebook version of Before and After, the book that's coming out on the 30th. To do pre-order for the con, or people who pre-ordered the paperback with me, we're going to save $2 on their shipping. And of course, I had signed it and personalized it for free when I mailed it. So I got 2 people on that. I'm trying to, hype SEMO Con, give them something else special. And of course, hype myself. So I'm really excited for this book to come out. And I might have to do a book review, not review, like reveal on my book readings playlist, which will be which is also public on here. Maybe do some readings. I cosplayed. I was going to do 4 cosplays. I asked my patrons on Patreon to vote for, I've had like a list of 8 cosplays, and 4 of them tied with like 8 votes each. And I'm like, oh. So Saturday was a 10-hour day. So I thought, okay, maybe I can do 2 on Saturday. So I did She-Ra on Friday, and a lot of people, especially adults, liked my She-Ra. So I got told, like, that's one of my favorite cosplays of yours now. And I'm like, thank you. So my friend Bobby even did a caricature of me as She-Ra, which I love. And I took lots of pictures for him to use for his promotion for his business. It is flattening out right now. It's just a little curved at the bottom because it didn't quite fit in the protector he gave me, unfortunately. But that's okay. So I just want to make sure it's flat before I before I hang it up. So that will be the first professional caricature I ever had. I did one of myself as the Pink Ranger, ironically, for a senior project I had to do in art history class. Or art media class. I also had art history, and I had art media class my senior year because I loved the teacher. And I actually was pretty proud of that one. And it's in a document section in my office, like some memories from high school. There's a couple things I saved from art class. I'm like, I'm pretty proud of that. So it's me, ironically, as the Pink Ranger, because by that point, I'm like, I don't care if people know I'm a nerd. I used to kind of hide it, but then once I met Derek, actually, I'm just like, who cares? And then by my senior year, I definitely didn't care because I was graduating. And slowly in my college years, I found my peeps and kept finding peeps as I got older and married. And now I'm full on nerd and I'm proud. And you can't handle me. You can't handle me. So that's okay. So it was really, really fun to do that. Okay, that's my friend Sammy. We're all trying to get con arrangements for the next 2 weekends because it's going to be nuts. But I did cosplay. So I did She-Ra, and everybody likes the sword. I had the best She-Ra sword. There was another small prop, and I was like, mine's bigger. And my friend who's an officer got really giggly and inappropriate. And I was like, oh my gosh, stop. Saturday, I did do... No, wait a minute. I did She-Ra on Saturday. I'm so sorry. I did Shadow Cat on Friday. Okay, because we got in a little later than expected, and it took me longer to set up than expected. So I was Shadow Cat. I'm all mixed up on Friday, which is just spandex. My hair, actually, I did a good job on it this time. Sometimes my hair for Kitty is my natural hair, but I got to style it a certain way. It didn't sit right. It did pretty good this time. I brought some extra clips. Maybe that was it. But then Lonnie, who was dressed as an officer that day, because he's an officer, he's like, he goes, why didn't you tell me you're going to do Shadow Cat? I was going to do Gambit on Sunday. And I'm like, okay. He goes, I was going to do a photo shoot, and I want you in. I'm like, we've already done a Gambit Shadow Cat photo shoot a couple years ago. He's like, well, I want another one. And I was like, okay, well, I'll spritz it up. I'll do it again on Sunday. So I did for like an hour and a half for that. But we had a wonderful girl that they knew who dressed up as a beautiful White Storm outfit. And she was phenomenal. So it was a quick little photo shoot in front of like a backdrop with a library. So I don't know if I looked my best, but it was still fun to have Gambit and Storm. And of course, Gambit had the flirt with us at the end because that's Gambit. So yeah, Shadow Cat was Friday. She-Ra was the first part of Saturday, and I kept trying to change into Sailor V, but it wasn't super busy, but it was steady enough that I couldn't really leave. And then by that point, when I finally relaxed, because my feet were hurting, my She-Ra shoes are not comfortable at all. And cosplay shoes aren't in general. That's why I usually don't buy cosplay shoes. By the time I decided I was going to take like an hour to eat my lunch, and it was like 4 by the time we ate lunch, 3:34. I decided I was going to I'll just stay in my comfy She-Ra shirt for like an hour, and then I'll put that as it's the same wig I use for Sailor V. One has a tiara and one has a bow. And, I made sure I fluffed it, and I was like, then I'll do Sailor V for like 3 hours, and then I'll change back. And then by the time I sat down and finally ate, because I was shaky starving, everybody likes my She-Ra shirt anyway. I'm like, I don't think I want to do Sailor V. Because my friends were going to come and dress up as the Sailor Scouts, and only one of the 3 who said they were going to did. So I was like, well, I know everybody loves my Sailor V, but now I don't feel like I have to as an obligation, even though I also do love Sailor V. So I dried all that stuff for nothing with 4 cosplays, but that's okay. So Sailor V was there, and I put the little plushie version up at my table because I switched the plushie of the table depending on my cosplay to get people to come over. But yeah, I didn't do it. So technically, I only dressed up as 3, but I'm going to say like 3.5 because I did bring everything. And I needed it a couple months ago at Fanboy, and I forgot it. So, go fig. It's okay. And then Sunday, I did Shadow Cat for an hour and a half for the photo shoot. And then I went into Anastasia for a couple hours, which people really like that one for some reason. It didn't quite fit me as well. It's been a year since I've worn it, so I'm going to have to adjust some things. I think I grabbed the wrong hoop skirt, if I'm being honest. That was probably part of it. And then my undergarments that I have to kind of wear special for it also were uncomfortable. So again, I know I've gained weight since last year, so I'm not, I need to lose weight because I'm not attractive by any means. But everybody seemed to enjoy it, and I had fun, and everybody loved that I had like the puka and the music box. And that was the day I walked around at the end of the day to see the vendors and purchased a few things, which I will show in a little bit. So that was fun. But yeah, sold 20 books. I didn't sell a lot of manga and anime. Last year I did at SEMO. I think it's only one. But this year I sold a lot of my random jewelry I was trying to sell. So that's why I want to bring stuff, and people are like, or my husband's like, you pack too much. But I'm like, I never know what people are going to want. And then I got rid of my bundle deals completely because I'm just like, it's too much to keep track of. So I decided that from now on, like if you buy a whole series, so if Spirit Vision has 3 books currently, Hunterbringer is going to have 3 at least right now after this week. So if you buy all of them, I give like a small discount, and then you get like a free bookmark. And people loved it. And the bookmarks don't cost me too much. They don't cost too much for them to buy. They don't cost me too much to print, even though they're adorable. And that's what's eye-catching is people will see those and want them, but then they'll say, well, they're actually serious from the book. And then they get more interested because they want to know about them. So I think that's how I do bundle deals. I might do the same if they buy all 3 of my short story collections. I know there's no bookmarks that really fit those. I could get some characters, I guess, from like some of the, like the novella I have and some of my main short stories. And maybe, I don't know, or maybe like a master print or something. I don't know. If somebody gets all my books, I might give them like free bookmarks and a poster or 2, and of course a discount as well. So just, it's a lot easier for us. And I tried it this year, and part of me was like, oh my gosh, like I hope people aren't think I'm being mean. But I've talked to people, and they said, you have 10 books now, or almost 10. You're professional enough now that, you could charge a little higher prices for, because you're including an autograph. You shouldn't be discounting yourself. So I'm always at that confliction because I love the interaction. I love that I can give discounts versus online where I can't. And I don't want to charge for my autograph or a picture because I feel that's kind of weird, and I'm not famous enough for that. Like, that's not my whole spiel. I'm selling books, not just a meet and greet with me, like with the big time celebrities, which they deserve it, like, because they've earned it just behind the scenes. So I totally understand that. So I'm glad it worked out. I think I'm going to continue to do it. People seemed really happy with it, and it was much easier to grab a bookmark. Or maybe I could do a button too. They're a little more expensive, but I'll figure it out. But I'm glad it worked out. So that was really fun. So yeah, it was nice to sell stuff. And I saw my friends Bree. I would see Bree and Paige. I love them. I was having a really bad week. So Bree bought me Heckley's Donuts, which are like famous in the state of Missouri. So she bought me one and my friend Julie one. Our friend Craig was there. He does amazing perlers and beautiful paintings. I highlighted him on my Instagram and my Facebook, which if you go to my YouTube channel here, you can click the little icon at the banner. It has both of those links, I believe. Let's see, who else was there that I knew? Oh, Coffee Allen. This is his last convention for a while because he's going to go back to work full time. He's still going to do his art, though. He has 2 pieces in my upcoming fan book. So that's excited to see him. Got some goodies from him. And he even's like, yeah, if you ever want to use the 2 prints I did for you, it's your work. Yeah, do what you want with them. So I'm going to talk to him because I have an idea. But I also want him to support himself, too. Bree as well with her work. Bree has about 6 or 7, I think 7 pieces in that. And then Julie, of course, has like at least 9 in the book. But she's got a couple others that were either saving for something else or they're a little too, not hentai, but ecchi, I guess. So like 17 plus picture wise that I can't really add, even though the content's 17 plus. But they're really good and wonderful because Julie's great and wonderful. So I kept promoting her as well. And everybody loves Susie's art, of course, the covers and her chubbies. They just adore all of her stuff, which is great. And Abby's prop she made for me, the Spirit Vision New Beginnings Spirit Warrior book. She made that for my birthday years ago. And now everybody kept saying, I was like, well, guess what? The cosplay guest of honor made that. So it was really good promotion. So hopefully we can have the same spot next year, which was good. So yeah, sales were good. A lot of people I knew were supposed to come Saturday. I had like a list of 15 people that saying they were going to come, but it dwindled down quite a bit. And Saturday wasn't nearly as busy as people were hoping or saying. And that's not the con's fault. So hopefully we can ratify that, but that's okay. I did my Pokemon quiz show. They did it first thing on Sunday this year, which I actually really liked. It was 10 o'clock, so I got to go straight there. I was dressed up casually, which was nice. And they had got good prizes for it. I knew most of the people there, but they always get hyped to do it. I did a new format this year, which I won't reveal because I was like, oh, I'm going to stump them. And other than the bonus round, which was really, really hard, like there's maybe 4 of the 28 questions I had that they all had trouble with, or most of them had trouble with. So Popper Bluff's just too smart for their own good in Pokemon, but kudos to them. So that was really fun. So I'm going to suggest maybe I do it on Sunday mornings again, if Chris is okay with that. They also had an anime room, which when they're trying to have 2 panel rooms going at all times. So if there wasn't a room panel in there, they would play an anime. So like kids could come in and watch a great anime. They're trying to watch Ponyo. I think it's Ponyo. Yeah, it's Ponyo. Or adults could just sit and relax in the cool air with chairs. I thought that was a fantastic idea. I know they did that in Denver. They had a special room that was just anime music videos, and you could just sit in for hours and relax. And people loved it. Like my friends Kristen and Micah, who didn't know much about anime while Derek and I were waiting for autographs. Like they're like, "Oh no, we loved it. We got to see some really cool videos," and they were fine with it. So I think it's a great idea, SEMO. So I'd keep that up. And then the random door prizes are great. So definitely keep that up. Supporting local businesses as well with that. Charity, always a great idea. Let's see. I do miss having a photographer. Chris is the best, but if he's going to run it, that probably won't be possible. So I don't know if getting another cosplay photographer would be possible, or somebody like a couple, like he could have a sign up list for an hour or 2. He was talking about maybe if people could get their photos then, because I would definitely be into that, because that is the main con I get to see him at. Because I don't know about a studio anymore. I would just love pictures, which is really fun. But yeah, it was great. It was a really great convention. I enjoyed myself. No issues. I can't wait for next year. I love SEMO Con. I love Mr. Bill. I love Chris. I love Matt. I love my Heroes for Kids family, of course, which I'll be working with them a little bit this upcoming weekend. I love all of the vendors. I got to see a lot of them that I see at Cape, and I was like, okay, I'll see you in 2 weeks. So we talk a little bit, and my friend Bob, of course, Bob, Bree, Alan, Tabby, Brown, Chelsea. Oh, sweet little girl. I'd never forget her. I always forget her name, but she bought a cosplay from me last year, and it's her favorite thing ever. And she kept saying it was fate. And I said, yeah, that fits her perfectly. And she was just bouncing around in it the whole weekend. And she makes these little clay things that she paints for her table, which are super cute. I think that's all that I really know by name. But a lot of them, like I said, I always see, and I try to support them, after I got to talk to them a bit. Paige, of course. Paige is always there. So, yeah. So, SEMOCon, definitely a fantastic job. Keep up the advertising. Keep up the charity work. Keep up the promotions. Your panel was good. The game, I never get to go to the game section in the front by the lobby, but I always kept hearing the announcements, and everybody was telling me how much fun they were having. It's definitely chillier in there, so if I get hot, I could go over there. But, whatever the game room is doing, keep it up. I kept hearing amazing things about that. They had a food truck on Friday and Sunday for tacos, and then they also had Jimmy John's having sandwiches over there if you didn't want to do the concession. Actually, I had no idea if the concession was open this year. I didn't go up there. But that was a nice option as well. So very good planned on that. So, yeah, good job, SEMO. We're a small but mighty community, so I definitely recommend you try SEMOCon in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. It's usually always in September. You can look them up at SEMOCon on Facebook. I do wish I would have got a T-shirt. I saw Chris had a T-shirt. I don't know what year that's from, but the turtle on it. So I don't know if they sell those. I just missed it, or only like the cool people get them. So Chris, I'm cool. We're cool together. So I need a SEMOCon shirt. I would love badges too. We just get the little wristbands. I know it's a lot cheaper, but I really would love at least the vendors to have a badge. It's because I love what people come up with badge design wise, and you have enough wonderful local artists that you could definitely find someone to draw one. So just super saying, a suggestion. All right, so let's look at my swag real quick. It all fits in a little bag. Again, the caricature is flattening. I would definitely show that in another special video. Thank you, Bob, for that. That was such a sweet present. And I did buy some gifts for people, so those are not in there. Gotta have my happy juice. Okay. I'll start with my friend Bree, because Bree has been working really, really hard. And I see I have friends, so if you want to comment and say hi, you're more than welcome to. Bree is one of my closest con friends and one of the best girls in the world. One of my favorite artists. So she had 2 new prints I was definitely interested in. And she makes these adorable Smooshmallow inspired Pokemon stickers that are really popular. And she's already got 2 little easel boards like that big full of them. And she drew, during downtime, I don't know how many. She's working on the starters for most of the gens. Oh my gosh. How many did she draw? Like 12 at least? So she's trying to get all that ready for Cape Con, which is it's still a medium-sized convention, but it is bigger than SEMO, though, just because Cape Girardeau is bigger than Poplar Bluff. So I can't wait to do that. If Heroes for Kids or the convention itself doesn't need me to help, I'll probably be helping her off and on as well. So I'll find something to do for 3 days. But anyway, she had this new Sailor Moon print that I absolutely adore. It has all the scouts, and I love it. I told her she needs to continue her princess series because she has Serenity and Princess Mercury. They were buttons, though she doesn't do buttons anymore. But I was like, make them stickers. And she's like, yeah. So I would do that. And I had to get my girl Daisy. I love Princess Daisy. And even Paige is like, that's so Morgan. Morgan's going to come buy this. And I was like, I did. I love Peach too. And I love Rosalie. I wish Rosalie was in here too. But I definitely love them. Mario Golf was one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. I was really good at it. So they were $5 a piece. And she always signs them. And then she always gives you like a little baggie that has like her card, sometimes a free sticker or a mini print and like a piece of candy. That's why she said, actually, Paige was saying sometimes that's why kids ask their moms to buy a print from her or a Smooshmallow Pokemon because they want the candy. This lady was so sweet. She was in the aisle behind me and she dropped all of her stuff. Like it was like a sewing kit full of crafts. And like debris fell out and all kinds of stuff. And poor thing, like I ran over and asked if she needed help, but she was fine. But she was just so bubbly and full of energy. And I loved going to her table. So I did buy a present from this person. I can't show it. But I also bought this for me. I love Entei. He's one of my favorite legendaries. And Pokemon the Third movie, which has Entei as the antagonist, ? Is definitely my favorite movie. So I had to get this beautiful Entei. I love the stained glass mosaic. I love stained glass. And then Ancient Magus Bride, of course. And I just love the little Robin with the darker version of Elias. I thought that's really cool. So Jarek and I both like Ancient Magus Bride quite a bit. We have a bigger poster in our bedroom. We try to put animes we both like by the TV in there. So this will probably be added to that. And I like that they're small. And I was telling all of my artist friends, which a lot of them did have smaller prints at SEMO, which I was grateful for. I'm like, I like the bigger prints, but I just don't have room. So making things in the postcard size, I know it changes the dimensions. Some of them are saying it changes the resolution of the image. And I get that as an artist, I'm sure that's challenging and annoying. But I think there's a good market for that. Just, again, because people nerd out like me and cover their rooms everywhere. So those are definitely awesome finds. Okay. Here's a little Jolly Rancher bag that Bree gave me. I put other stuff in it, but and then I got some buttons. Ooh, I didn't mean to rip it. And I know I don't need more buttons, but you know what? I need more buttons. So these 2 came from a different vendor. So I got Venus, of course, my girl Venus. And this one had card captors. Yay! My favorite anime and manga ever. So Sakura in her season 1 opening outfit, classic. And we got Kurobaros in his ultimate sun form. And Yue in his moon form, main form. And then what I loved about this con is they had such a lot of 90s magical girl or 90s shoujo art, and I was just like blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't see this stuff. I mean, usually it's so rare when I do, and I'm like, because people are catering to the youngins with My Hero and Demon Slayer, and that's fine. But I was so happy. So like I found Utana. So I found Utana and Anthe, the Rose Bride, as buttons with the rose seal in the background. So I was just like fanning out. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. All right. And speaking of, so this lady, artist, she was very shy, but I liked her a lot. Let's see if I can say her name. Aquatalin manga style watercolor illustration. She had a lot of cat art, which is adorable. Unfortunately, I didn't see any that looked like socks, but most of them were like a whitish cat. But I thought it was really cute. But she also had a lot of my favorite 90s magical girls, shoujo girls. So I was really pumped for that. So, but they're cats, and they're only 50 cents a piece. So I got Pluto and Venus because they're my two favorites. I thought they were bears at first, I'm not going to lie, but which would have been great because I love bears too. And then I got Utana and the Rose Bride again. Anthe. Always takes me a second to remember her name. And then they had all of the Magic Knights, like the three girls, but they had their school forms and their final combat forms. So I have Hikaru and Fu, school battle, and my girl that I love in cosplay, Umi, played by the wonderful Wendy Lee. So those are only $5 for all of those, and all 10 of those. I could have gotten more, but I was just like fanning out over the magical girl shoujo 90s love. I loved it. Okay. And then I got some more stickers. So this place is really sweet. They just had a really cool print I wanted, but it was way too big. So here it's Little Spooky Town Art and Design. And they have an Instagram, TikTok, Etsy, and Twitter. And then I got the Fight Like a Girl. I always love when they do Sailor Scouts, Fight Like a Girl. I got a couple of different version stickers of those that people make. So they were very sweet. Very, very, very sweet. Okay. And then my friend Coffee Allen has these adorable stickers. I love his watercolor glitter style that he does in his mangas and he's writing his own manga, which my friend Julie has all 3 current volumes. I'll have to borrow. But they're $4 a piece, but if you buy 3, you get 1 for free. So I saw him advertise this little ghosty. But that was so kawaii. Make me carving a pumpkin. Send nudes. I've been saying this for years, and I love how it's a thing now. I should charge for copyright. And then I got Sailor Peach. So it's Peach from Mario dressed up as a Sailor Scout. And she's holding a black mushroom, also with a tiara. And I got one for free. So I think it's a turtle. Oops, looks like a turtle. So it's like a cheeseburger turtle. I don't know why. There was a few others I was going for, but this one was calling my name. So I'm like, I'm going to get a world cheeseburger turtle. Because that would be me if I was a turtle. So that's Coffee Allen. You can find him on Facebook. Okay, so here's Bree Honerkamp. Honecker. Sorry. I have a friend named Honerkamp, so it's always Bree Honecker art. Love Bree. Okay, here's some others. Nutmegrium. I think that's how you say it. So it looks like she's got Instagram, Twitter, and is that TikToks? Maybe. I have no idea. But the front's pretty. And then this is Kermity. Oh, I love that. because Jim Henson's birthday was yesterday. And I love the fronts of these. They shared a table. Very, very nice. Okay. And then I know I had a bag within a bag. I'm kind of weird. So this artist, I kept seeing people with her stuff, so I was glad I got to find her. Okay. So she makes these buttons, but they have, 3D features. So I got a couple. So I think they're only like $2 or $3 a piece too. So I got Espeon and Glaceon, my two favorite evolutions. I think I got a free one too. And I had to get the Kaiba. I liked the Yugi or the Yami, and I liked the Joey, but I'm in love with Kaiba. Sorry. Love with the spoiled little rich boy. So, and then my freebie, I got No Face because I thought he was really cool. With the gold. I really like that. And then I got 2 minis. I think these are 3 a piece. Actually, these were 2. Yeah. So I got my boy Cyndaquil. And everybody loves my Kips, including me. My Kip man. Cyndaquil. Yeah, I know I'm weird. I think that's it there. And then there's this lady. She goes to CosplayCon a lot that I haven't gone in a couple of years, but I used to go a lot with a group of friends. It always falls on our anniversary, Derek and I, in the past 2 years, either with COVID or we just kind of wanted some anniversary time to ourselves. So we usually do that. But she always has lots of cool stuff. So I got some buttons. She found me a Dungeon Master one. And it says D&D Life. And it's hard to see, but it's a maniacal smile. And the DM's like, and I was like, that's what I want to do a lot of the times during D&D. And then I got Galarian Ice Ninetales because she's beautiful. And from one of these 2 tables, I can't remember because they were combined. I'm sorry. I did find a Ladybug and Cat Noir. And I saw on Keith Silverstein's, he plays Hawkmoth, the villain, his post that it's coming on Disney Channel and in English on October 5th. And I was like, it better simulcast with Disney Plus since Disney now owns it as a Nickelodeon. So I'm so excited. My husband and I, it's one of our favorite shows we always watch together. We usually find a day to binge watch it, or at least watch half of it one day and half the other. So yay. And then I have one more thing I forgot about. So it's in my purse. So let me go grab that real quick. Okay. Because I want to keep this with me. I forgot it was in here. Okay. Keep it in a safe spot. So this is a hand-stitched Japanese good luck charm. It's a dragon, and it's holding a D20, so I thought that was perfect. But they all are infused with different blessings, different things. So she was asking, what I needed in life, and I was like, well, right now I need financial help. And then my friend Bree was with me. She goes, your health? And I said, yeah. And she goes, well, there's different ones for that. And they were both super cute. There was a boba that was good health. And I think there was a cat for financial. But I went with this one just because I love the design. And it's fortune, which I'm hoping maybe the beings above these good luck charms could use good fortune in a variety of different ways, because I'll take any or either or whatever they want to give me. So I keep that in my wallet now, and it's just so beautiful, hand stitched. It was only $12. They were all different and really wonderful. And this is Bluey Us is who made that. So there's her Twitter, Insta, and website. And then I got a thank you little turtle sticker to go with it, which was really sweet. So yeah, nothing crazy, nothing huge. So that's my goodies from the con. Again, I love supporting local artists. Julie and I did try, we always eat at the Japanese restaurant on Sunday to celebrate there, Fuji's, which is always nice. We had a good time. And then I think the only not oddball food, but different food we had was we tried not Mario's, Godfather Pizza, which is a chain I've never heard of. And they were really nice, super nice. I mean, it was kind of expensive because we got a massive pizza. But and I like the taco pizza. It just had too much lettuce on it. But it was really good. But then I was excited most for the cheeseburger pizza, which online said had pickles. There's no pickles on it. And then I also was sad because it was super duper spicy. Like I barely ate one piece because it about killed me. And even Julie's like, oh my gosh. So I felt bad, but she got a whole pizza. So basically to herself. I ate 2 tacos and then that one, but we got like a jumbo, which was ginormous. And then she had Dr. Pepper. We also tried these Japanese chips. We did a tomato, like a pizza chip, which was amazing, but he sold out of those quickly. And then we tried pickle plum for the first time, which he asked if we would do a video for him to promote it, and Julie did. We were going to promote it on my site, but then Julie got PG-13, which is how Julie is, but I love that about her. But again, I can't, as a teacher, promote that. So it's on her, it's on her website. We did like a full 10-minute review. We were kind of slap happy, but it's good. I got spice first and then the sweet, whereas all my friends who tried it got sweet and then the spice, and then you get a vinegary aftertaste that Tabby and I tasted. Julie didn't taste it too much, but so it's kind of amazing how people's taste buds are different. But we all agreed it did not taste like a pickled plum like we hear about in Japan. Like it didn't taste anything like what we imagined. Maybe that is what they really taste like. I'm not judging, but it was. Oh, and our friend Craig, who does all the perler art and beautiful paintings and Legos, custom Legos, we made him try because he's talking about how much he hates coffee and how his wife's like obsessed with Starbucks. So from Starbucks, we made him get one of the green tea lattes I was drinking, and we made him we like take pictures, and he even did the when in doubt pinky out on his own, which was really hilarious. So we got pictures of that as he held his favorite art of the day, which was a beautiful Japanese koi fish. So I might have to, Craig, if I can afford it someday, put that in my classroom because I have Japanese and Chinese official scrolls, and a lot of them have koi fish or dragons on them. And my kids, I think one is a tiger too. No, my tiger one's here. Sorry. But they love the koi fish. So I think they would really love that. But it's like pink and black. And I'm like, ooh, those are really cool colors. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you liked this video. SEMOCon, another wonderful year. I just hope you keep growing and being more wonderful. And people come down to SEMOCon next September. I will be posting updates on my Facebook. So make sure to check those out. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Be turtle-tastic. And always know that you are a beautiful, dazzling, shining star just the way you are. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. In a couple days, I'm going to do another unboxing video, a small one, because I've been saving money for conventions. And then I'm sure in October, there'll be 2 con video reviews, and there will also be a reveal for the new book coming out before and after. So I might just do a reveal / chapter. Not chapter. There's no chapters in this book. It's a fan book. Reading, I guess, a reveal reading video, plus my Patreon stuff. So you join my Patreon at patreon.com/MorganSComnic to get monthly Q&As with me. Or if you're at the $10 highest tier, you get those and an interactive game with me, which ours for this month is tomorrow. It's Pet Month on my Patreon, and we're going to be doing a quiz show on guess the famous pets or animal from like books, TV shows, movies, blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to if we have time, maybe share cute pet pictures and stories. So it'll be fun. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you next time. Keep being bright in the galaxy. Mwah. Toodles.